date, dating, but not exclusively, and dating exclusively, and boyfriend, girlfriend, and engaged. You have to show your bank statement, credit score, recommendation letters from your coworkers, your friends, and the contact of your previous landlord. Oh my god, it's very foreigner unfriendly. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shayna. It's been exactly 6 years since I moved to America from China. So back in 2017, March, that was my first time landing in the San Francisco Bay Area. When I look back right now, there were so many funny, awkward, and painful experiences due to cultural differences. So today's video, I'm gonna share my 10 culture shock for living in America as a Chinese woman. Let's get started. Culture shock number 1. Hot water versus ice water. The first experience when I go to American restaurant back in March 2017, that was kind of cold and considered winter. You know, it's March and it's raining outside. It was freezing outside. So when I go to a restaurant, the server gave me a glass of water full of ice. I was like, hot water, please. And she said, so you want a tea? I said, no, just hot water. And she looked at me like I'm a weirdo, like just want water but hot. It's winter. In China, we drink hot water all the time, even in the summer. The biggest culture shock for me in the beginning is why people drink ice water all the time. I still don't understand. So if you have a good explanation, please let me know. Culture shock number 2, payment options. So when I tried to pay my first tuition, they gave me 2 options. 1, pay them online. 2, write them checks. I go to their website. They asked me to put down my account number. I just opened a saving account, so I have my debit card in my hand. I was like, okay, account number. So I put down the card number, and it failed. And I put down again, and it failed again. So I tried 3 times, and the system kicked me out. Eventually, I cannot pay my tuition via online anymore. They asked me to write them checks. I don't know how to write a check, period. In China, we don't use check at all. I asked my teacher and she was saying, oh, okay, you put your card number. They asked you to put your account number. I was like, what? They are different numbers? And then turns out they have so many different numbers. So I have debit card. The card number on the card called card number, duh. But they have account number, which is you go to online to see your account number. And they also have a routing number, and they also have a where list number. It's very confusing for me. So in China, you have this card number, which is everything. You only have one number. Even 5 or 6 years ago, we already started using QR code everywhere. Everything paid by QR code. Culture shock number 3, fashion style. So in China, my fashion style was like this or this. But in here, I dress like this or this. If I dress like my old style, people are gonna think I'm gonna go to party every day. But Americans go to party, they dress really, really differently. When I see my old classmate used to wear a hoodie every day and all of a sudden wear like this dress, I'm surprised. I feel like I'm underdressed. Culture shock number 4, transportation options. So in China, I basically don't need to have a car. Take a subway or bus, order Uber, we call that Didi, rent a bicycle or a scooter. So there are a lot of options and they are very convenient. For example, subway every 3 minutes, and it's very clean, not crowded. And here, the first city I was living called Hayward. It's basically across the bridge of San Francisco. We call that suburb. So 99% of people in Hayward driving everywhere. I didn't have a car at the time and I don't know how to drive. There's one time I took a public bus. When the bus came, I got on the bus and the bus just kept running without stopping at all. I missed my station and I go to talk to the driver and he said, you have to push the button. Oh. Culture shock number 5, nightlife. In China, I would describe our nightlife is full of shopping malls. Our shopping malls close so late. I would consider 10 or 11, sometimes even midnight or 2 a.m. because In the shopping mall, they have everything. They have restaurants, they have bars, they have karaoke, they have bookstores. They have like basically all you need. But in here, I was so shocked the first time when I see Westfield close around 6 p.m. I was like, what? In China, that's your peak. Why you waste your opportunity to make more money? That's people get off the work and start shopping and start go to your stores. And it's hard for me to find a good karaoke bar in San Francisco. But in China, everywhere, and the price is cheap. Oh, by the way, I want to add something. The people who live in America, you probably don't know, like if you try to take a high-speed train from the city to another city while you're waiting in the room, actually you can do karaoke. It's like a photo booth. You can get in the small room and close the door and just sing the song you want to sing. Isn't that cool? I miss China. Culture shock number 6. By the way, this is 6 in Chinese. Dating stages. Okay, I would describe Chinese dating stage only have 2 stages. 1, you like each other and become boyfriend, girlfriend. Stage 2, you take each other to see your parents and potentially talk about a marriage. So it's kind of simple. Like my expectation for dating is basically if you sleep together, you're boyfriend and girlfriend, unspoken rule. You take each other to see your parents, then you will take this relationship to another level. You're probably gonna get married in the future. So the way I know people is through my friends, coworkers' friends, relatives' friends. But in America, people use dating app and that's very normal. So first, you go on a date, right? That's stage 1. Try to figure out each other, try to know each other. And stage 2, dating. Dating is, for my definition, is like seeing each other regularly. But it doesn't mean you only see each other. You can dating multiple people at the same time and that's fine. Stage 3, you dating exclusively. Dating exclusively doesn't mean you guys are girlfriend and boyfriends yet. Unless you ask, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend or do you want to be my boyfriend? Then you talk about it, then become boyfriend, girlfriend. Stage 4, boyfriend, girlfriend. Boyfriend and girlfriend, I would describe that you introduce each other to your friends, right, to your family, but it doesn't necessarily to become like, hey, this is my potential future wife or something. You can be boyfriend, girlfriend forever until you talk about, okay, should we move to another stage, which is talking about marriage, then you propose. And by the way, engaged could be engaged couple days, then getting married, or engaged couple years, then getting married. So there's no rules. For example, my husband and I, we engaged 1.5 years, then hold the wedding ceremony. So finally, that's a stage 5. Go on a date, dating, but not exclusively, and dating exclusively, and boyfriend, girlfriend, and engaged. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my observation. Culture shock number 7. This is 7. What's the most important meal of the day? So in China, we have a saying, 早上吃好，中午吃饱，晚上吃少. Basically means breakfast, you try to eat as the best food as you can, and lunch you try to eat as full as you can, and dinner you try to eat as less as you can. But in America, I think people treat the dinner as the biggest meal of the day. Breakfast usually have very fast, quick breakfast, and then lunch you have light lunch like sushi or salad. Then during the dinner, you try to sit around the table, sit at the table with your family, and enjoy the dinner, quality time with your family. Culture shock number 8. What do you need to rent an apartment? So I'm living in San Francisco right now. It's famous for the overpriced housing. But besides it's expensive, there are also so many steps you have to take for renting apartment. For example, you have to show your bank statement, credit score, recommendation letters from your coworkers, your friends, and the contact of your previous landlord. Oh my god. And you have to put 1 month deposit. That's reasonable, but it's very foreigner unfriendly. I didn't have all of that in the beginning. How I'm gonna rent apartment in San Francisco? It's basically impossible. All I can do is find a Chinese landlord, and that's what I did. All you need to prepare to rent apartment in China is money.
Money, please!
You just pay, and that's it. If you cannot pay, they kick you out, and they even call the police to kick you out, and that's fine. But apparently, the landlord in America be so cautious because they have a law here to protect the tenant. The landlord is not allowed to kick you out. That's why they try to be very selective, very cautious. I understand, it's just painful. Culture shock number 9, driving habits. In China, you barely see people got pulled over because if a car got pulled over, it caused all the highway traffic. But in here, I got pulled over multiple times by maybe speeding or by like a sticker, it's wrong years. In America, you have stop signs. We don't have stop signs. I'm not used to see the letters on the ground. So I remember this one time I just learned how to drive. I bought a car, second-hand Mini Cooper. So I was driving on the campus and I almost missed a stop sign in front of a police car. I was like, oh shit. And I look at him and he looked at me. I gave him a big smile and he let me go. Oops. People who crossing the street would give the car like this. I found it's pretty nice, you know, show the kindness to stranger. I really like this. All right, finally, culture shock number 10. Medical system or healthcare. I know. Buckle up because I have a lot of things to say. First of all, let me tell you the medical system in China. In China, it's very easy. You pay and you got treatment. You don't get treatment until you pay your bill. You go to the lobby to pay which doctor you want to see, and then you see the doctor, and that's it. But in America, I would say, first of all, to give all my Chinese audience who want to study abroad or living abroad, especially in America, you need to have health insurance. Because if you don't have health insurance, everything gonna surprise you. Most ridiculous medicine I've ever seen. One doctor from Stanford prescribed me a bottle of pill, and she said my health insurance might not cover it, but she wanted me to try it. So I went to Walgreens to try to pick it up. By the way, it's just one bottle of pill. It costs $1,000. What? I'm not going to pay for it. Besides the side effects of this medicine, I also could be traumatized by the pricing. What the heck is inside? It's just a pill. Why it costs $1,000? Getting sick in America is very pricey. That's why you try to work out all the time. All the blood work, unnecessary repetitive blood work, all the medicine, all the appointment, headache appointment, wait for a month, even sometimes half a year, drives me crazy. Yes, that's the most painful culture shock still I'm experiencing right now. So as an immigrant, to see a doctor in here is not always easy. But in the end of this video, I want to say no matter the experience is good or bad, it's part of your journey. A journey of exploring the world, jumping out of the comfort zone. Be brave, be bold, be curious. Don't be afraid of living in a different environment or city or country. At the end of the day, it's all worth it. Trust me. So yeah, comment below and let me know what you think about the cultural differences or culture shock between China and America. So in next video, as I said, I'm gonna share my medical experience with you guys. Stay tuned. Then dinner is the time that you sit on the table, sit around the table.
Sit at the table.
That was my first time landing in the more I take, the more mistakes I made. So when I tried to pay my first tuition back in my first school, why I say first school? Okay, bye.